Alright guys, Dokkan time, and today we're going to be going over the 55% and 2 dupe builds for the new Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku from Golden Week. Now as just a reminder, this is just my suggested build. You don't have to follow it. You can choose to adjust it to however which way you'd prefer to choose. These are not supposed to be like, you know, this is the only way to build the unit. This is just my suggestion. So, on the 55%, you can notice that we're at a 10 to 12 on the additional. That's because as an AGL unit, Goku starts out with 5 additional already as it stands. He does have built-in crit, so you don't really need crit. And as far as dodge goes, when you're at 55% only, you don't have too many other avenues to go. You know, I mean, some people live by the 3 dodge. That's fine. You can live by the 3 dodge. That's entirely up to you. Personally, I'd rather capitalize on the fact that he has built-in additionals, and putting more additionals into his actual hidden potential will just give a more likely case scenario that you'll be able to get that triple or quad super going off. So, and as far as his 2 dupes and above, I chose to go more towards into the additional point, mostly because I don't think he needs dodge. It's nice that he has some dodge. You definitely don't need to choose crit for any reason whatsoever. But I just don't feel at the current state of the game that there's a reason that he needs to really push towards dodge more than just getting out more damage. So let's just go over his kit and just kind of give you an idea of why I have my builds like this. Also, as far as the bronze goes, like the bronze equipment, you can very well go for a defensive equip, or you can just go for just straight up additional or a dodge equip. It's entirely up to you. This unit does have guard, he does have damage reduction, so increasing his defense wouldn't be the most terrible thing. So, 200% leaders. Honestly, not really happy with his 200% leaders. I really thought that he would have more 200% options. I really thought he would. I mean, really, how many of these leaders are you really taking in to current content in the game? Sure, global players, you know, you can utilize Yamcha, you can utilize Trunks, and heck, if you have even the units to do it, you could even rock Kai Goku. But, I mean, no offense to the 7th anniversary gods, but they're kind of past their prime for the majority of content, especially in post-9th anniversary content. Bardock is just, no, not a suitable leader at this current time, and we don't need to talk about the ROF Blue boys down there on the bottom. I don't see any reason why you couldn't throw him onto Fat Boo's team. You know, the new intelligence Fat Boo. I don't see any reason why you couldn't just throw him onto there. But, I mean, obviously, he's not going to really benefit too much from link partners. So, but yeah, those are his 200% team options. His leader skill is Majin Buu Saga, Otherworld Warriors, or Accelerated Battle for 170. And then 30% to Kamehameha and Time Limit. I don't like the 30%. I think he has a very limiting 200% skill. There is a lot of units on Accelerated Battle, especially now, that could just take super full advantage of this. But the majority of them are not going to get 200%. 200% is kind of it's a little iffy. Most of the units that are going to go onto this category are straight up just going to be maybe Gogeta's. Yeah, I mean, you would think Gogeta's actually. Here's the funny thing. Gogeta Blue from the 9th anniversary, the physical LR that came out on 9th anniversary, is not on the 200%. And that's because it's really dumb. But the Super Gogeta from Z is on this category. So you could almost kind of view this as a Z kind of focused leader skill. I'm not a fan of his leader skill. I think it's kind of constrained. Though if you're willing to just go with 170 units, it's completely fine. You don't need to worry about it too much. But a lot of content's starting to try and push you into being like, yeah, you kind of want the 200%. Anyways, his super attack is just greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, and he has a 50% chance to stun. The 50% chance to stun is actually really good because he's a slot 1 unit. He's a slot 1 unit. He's got a stun chance. A lot of difficult and challenging fights, all at the very beginning of the fights, sometimes usually can let you stun. Broly's fight is one of those. Red Zone Broly. You know, it's kind of an older, kind of difficult fight that not a lot of people enjoy going to do, but it just feels for a good example, is that you can stun Broly at that point. So there is a lot of fights you could just go into and just stun them right away and be fine. So that makes him very good utility-wise because he's a slot 1 unit as well. Saves the rest of the rotation. So he does have an active entrance animation, an intro. Having that activated will give you a critical hit plus 50% for 5 turns from the character's entry turn. So it is 5 turns even when he's not on there. So it's turn 1, then at turn 5, turn 6, you would not have that 50% any longer. Excuse me. If he came in on slot 2, then obviously you have until turn 7. And then if he was a slot 3 unit, or a slot 7 unit, excuse me, and appeared on turn 3, you have all the way until turn 8 for that critical chance. And then after that, he reduces damage received by 90% upon the character's entry, and with each turn passed, damage reduction rate is minused by 15%. No more than... That's supposed to read 30%. That's not accurate. That's not accurate. Hold on a sec here. Let's go into the actual kit of the unit here. Oh no, it is no more than 90%. Interesting. Did they update that? Because I swear it was... Did they update that? No more than 90%. I swear that used to say 30. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. When there is another Majin Buu Saga category ally on the team upon the character's entry turn. So, the thing about this is that you have to have a Majin Buu Saga category ally on the team in order to take advantage of that. If you do not have a Majin Buu Saga category ally on the team, then it won't proc. So you can't just throw him onto a team that doesn't have another Majin Buu Saga ally and get that damage reduction. You have to have him and another Majin Buu Saga ally. The good news is that Majin Buu Saga is looking pretty good right now. So there is that to take into consideration. But anyways, he also now has Ki plus 2, attack and defense 150, an additional 150 when performing a super. So he gets most of his defense on super. And then he reduces damage received by 5% up to 30% with each super attack performed. So if he double supers on the turn 1, he'll actually have 100% damage reduction. Now, most of the time, super attacks do not come in after you super in slot 1. In my experience, 90% of those are coming in literally before you can make an attack. So you probably won't get to make use of that, but it is something interesting to keep in mind. He does have a 30% chance of performing a critical hit at all points of time. That is equivalent to a level 15 crit in your hidden potential. So, I mean, that's pretty good, in my opinion. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, so 70% chance to perform in a super. And then when there is another Majin Buu Saga ally attacking in the same turn, plus an additional defense plus 100%, and guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. So if you put him in slot 1, extra defense 100%, and he guards. And then an additional attack plus 100% and launches an additional super as the second or third attacker. So you get to make your choice. It's kind of like the worldwide download Vegeta Blue unit. Put him in the slot 1. Goku and Vegeta can have guard, you know, have a higher chance of dodge. They're more defensive in slot 1, and then slot 2 and 3 they can get strong. They have a higher attack and can additional more. It's the same thing with this Goku, which is nice. And then he has also a 50% chance of nullifying Ki Blast super attacks directed at him. I've said this numerous times. I really feel like nullifying Ki Blast supers is virtually worthless. Mostly because majority of the end game fights in the game choose to just go ahead and give all of the bosses other type of super attacks. So the only time you'll really see his nullification go off is maybe like a first or second phase of a fight. You'll never see it in the end phase or the end of the fights. You'll never see it then. Pretty much when it counts is my point on that. But still, it's nice to have. It's still nice to have regardless. He does have an active full power Kamehameha, massively raises attack, and then all attacks become critical. Doesn't really have any utility on it. He can activate it when there's another Majin Buu Saga category ally attacking in the same turn, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. So notice that there's no extra thing in here. It's literally you have to have Majin Buu Saga ally and it on the 4th turn. There's no after the 6th or 7th turn or something like that. No. It's you have to have another Majin Buu Saga category ally. Now, if you didn't notice, there's a lot of that in here. And I would argue to say that you're not running this unit without another Majin Buu Saga category ally. You're really just not. At least it has to be on the same team, on the same rotation. It's just got to be a thing. So, and for those that are wondering, well, if the Ultron or the Tech Ultimate Gohan gets an easy A, he'll be good. Yes, but Tech Ultimate Gohan isn't on this guy's 200% lead, and they share like virtually no links. So, as far as a partner unit goes to activate all of his things, you're going to see, you know, all of his links are going to be going off of these other Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, the one that transforms, or just normal Super Saiyan 3 Gokus that are not Angel. That is a good thing that he's Angel, but this is not a Majin Buu Saga category ally, which is unfortunate because he's basically the best partner as of time of the game as his partner. But he's not the best because he's not a Majin Buu Saga unit. His best unit to run with him, in my personal opinion, would actually be the Intelligence Gotenks. That would be my personal opinion. If this guy right here, the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, gets a easy A during Golden Week, that'll definitely change as he will be the new best partner to run with him. But otherwise, if we don't get that, then it's going to just be the Intelligence Gotenks as his best partner overall. Probably will have the most variety that you could throw him on teams with. I think that he's on Bond of Parent Child. He's definitely on Warriors Raised on Earth. They're both on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Definitely both on Super Saiyan 3. They're both on High Speed Battle, and they're both on Majin Buu Saga. So they have a lot of category options together that could work out very well. So with all that in mind, I mean, he has a crazy amount of damage reduction. It takes a very large portion of the fight to go through in order to lose all of that damage reduction. It's definitely not going to happen right away. It's just not. You're probably going to hit turn 7 to 10, probably roughly 10 before you actually lose any of it. So, I mean, he's a very solid tank, and even then, even if he does lose all that damage reduction, you can choose to float this guy, and if he triple quad supers with 30% damage reduction, he's solid, man. He's fine. He's great. He's not doing a huge amount of damage, but he's still very good. So, but anyways, guys, let me know what your choice of hidden potential is going to be for him. Is it going to be more towards into the dodge route? Or are you going to actually try to give him a little bit more additionals and be able to build up his damage reduction higher, faster? So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day and a good night.